got pretty bright sunshine out there. And it's also not super cold. It's cold, but it's not super cold. I don't think we froze last night. Hi, buddy. Good morning. There you go. Good morning, sweetheart. So Michelle and I are shopping tomorrow, not today. Kind of don't know what to do with myself, it being a Thursday and not headed shopping. Stripey's hiding up here. He ate in the house. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy. Stripey. Hi. Here's food. Hi, Grace. She goes, that UPS guy came a minute ago and scared me. Oh, did your nose touch the metal and get sparked? That's what happened. I'm so sorry. Oh, darn static cling in the winter. So static electricity. Well, I was just fixing to film the morning front porch video, and I accidentally dropped the water bowl off of the porch, and hopefully this isn't damaged in any way, but I did hit it a little bit. There we go. Straighten Dawn's string up. I doubt it damaged it. I just needed to unkink it. Back up the steps I go because I needed an extra flight of stairs this morning. All's good. I'll be down from the back. No stairs. I'll be down with bird seed in a minute. Fresh water. I'm on the rest of my morning stuff now, because I rushed out pretty quick to give Morris his food and then drank my coffee. It's glorious out there today. That blue sky, sun. We're going to be close to 50. I'm down here watering my plants. I know it's not Sunday. I don't think I came down Sunday. And I won't come down this Sunday since I did them today. But there's nothing wilted. The ficus looks happy. Everything's nice and wet. You know, the things that I'm most worried about doing weekly are the ferns, and a couple of the mandavillas don't have a lot of dirt, but most of the plants are in a pot big enough I probably could come down every 2 weeks. But I'm going to come down once a week and check. I'm sorry I missed Sunday. There was no harm done. I mean, I've gone 4 weeks in the winter and not come down here, so right now the amount of time is totally fine. Stripe's in here somewhere, unless he pushed this out, because he was strong enough to push it out. I don't think there's any way they could open it up and get in. Yeah, here he comes. You coming, buddy? It's time to go. Thanks for keeping me company. Yeah, we try to keep him out. He ran in while I was getting the bird seed. You can go. It's safe. I promise. It's safe. Here you go. Let's turn off the extra lights. Phew! I'm always glad when that's over with. Just because I can't stand up, I'm like bent over the whole time. Especially this year with the ferns. Where they are. So, I gotta do one more thing. I gotta get more suet. They're having their luncheon today. And we knew they were having their luncheon today, and hopefully we can still find a place to park so we can walk. We're trying to get in our walk before Dawn's dermatology appointment. Yeah, the camera card filled up again. Sue me. I'm sorry. So I was saying that Dawn's headed back to the dermatologist because he has a changing spot near his belly button. Yeah. And this guy's leaving for good, and even though he was just there like 3 weeks ago, it's the right thing to do to get it checked out.
I was there this time last week.
It wasn't 3 weeks ago. Time seems.
Well, yeah. Well, what happened was it's down in anyway. The point is, I just noticed it Saturday morning.
Yeah. Well.
I couldn't have done it a week ago Saturday morning. No. Had to do it after.
And yes, us forward.
You cost me more money.
And yes, us forward-thinking, high-tech, computer-savvy people took a picture, uploaded it to Grok, and unfortunately, he didn't say, "Oh, you can just ignore that."
He didn't give me any good news.
He didn't say you could just ignore that, so we're not ignoring it. Because anything that's Don goes every 6 months. Lord knows whatever this is hasn't been changing for a long time.
Well, the problem is I don't know that the thing. If he, you know, if he had stuck his nose down into my belly button, I wouldn't be worried about it. But I don't. I would have probably, you know, you're sort of conscious of what they're looking at.
Yeah, even though it is a guy. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. The guy-girl thing. Guys prefer guys often and girls prefer girls often, and let's just leave it there before I get myself in trouble. Oh, I have on my new cat.
She does.
I have on my new
Very cute little kitty cat.
I've been wanting it for like 2 years, and I told you that we can't find my knit hats from last winter.
Hit them. She can't hit them so good. She
Well,
can
one
find
of
new
us,
cat.
one of us put them somewhere. We've looked
We have.
in both cars. We've looked in the bags in the attic stairwell that sometimes have stuff from the cars, like when we go to shows and stuff. I looked on the coat rack in the kitchen twice. I did not take everything off. I probably should. And I can't find them. I don't know where they are. I just don't know where they are. Well, I hope they're having a nice luncheon. I think they're having it in the gym. The building's open if we wanted to go to the exercise room, but the actual basketball court area is closed, so that must be where they are having it. We were a little surprised they didn't move it to the new highfalutin North Park, you know, the North Community Center. I guess it's called Community Center North. But you know, that's so far away from the city of Fuquay offices and stuff, that would be totally inconvenient for them if they had to all go over there. And come to think of it, they don't have anywhere near enough parking over there either. That parking lot will barely fit the people that go into that gym, let alone all this overflow. So I can see why they're still here. Besides, I don't mind looking at this fine town equipment here. Is Chicago Fire back yet, Donnie?
January.
I gotta wait till January for Taylor Kitty. We're funning. We'll always fun about it. Well, my mother's mother rode the ambulance rig, drove it. She's all a 4'9", 4'10". She drove the rig in Cassville, New Jersey for a number of years, rode with the first responders, provided medical support and stuff. And I have police officers in the family, but I do not have any family members that are firemen. Although my ex, his brother, was a volunteer firefighter for a while up in Endicott, so maybe that half counts. Don's at the dermatologist, which he's left for. I'm gonna go over to the garden hut and look around. Mostly I'm looking to see if they've got any of those nice pots that are 50 or 75% off that I would be willing to pay whatever it is they want for it. And maybe they have some Christmas ornaments inside, but I don't think they do it up like they did when Nelsa owned it. Anyway, it also gave me an opportunity to talk about the holiday update that went on last night. So here's what Ruby got. She got the dash cam viewer updates where you're going to be able to see whether you're an FSD or not and which way you were turning and that kind of thing. So I will try to pull a clip of the dash cam. I'll you know, create a red dot. I'll press it to save it at some point along the way. I don't remember. In Ruby, I don't think I can download them. I think I got to take the card in the house, but still. Navigation improvements. I guess you can drop a pin now easier. You can reorder your favorites. So that's kind of nice because the favorites are generally in the order that you add them, but being able to rearrange them would be good. Save charge limit by location. I can see why that would be a nifty feature. It's not one that we would particularly use, but some people sure. And then previously on 25.44, you can see here, there were a few things. So dash cam update. We've got a grid view now. Some minor update. You can choose to exclude home when cabin overheat protection is enabled. Well, I don't have to worry about that because I'm in the garage anyway. And there were some minor updates on 25.38. Street names are included in dash cam event details when available, making it easier to distinguish between recorded events. Apple Music provides an organized playlist. I don't use Apple Music. And important security fixes. So, I use iTunes Music Match, and I have a ton of music that used to be on CD, that the CDs are still somewhere, that I sucked in and then told Apple to, you know, I own this music, let me listen to it from anywhere, I guess basically was what iTunes Match does. And maybe gives you the best quality of that song it can find or something. But I don't, per se have Apple Music. I probably, honestly, I'm not interested at my age in listening to the, I have no idea what that is showing that for, that Waterstone thing. It's in Hillsboro, too. I don't even know where that address came from. I wasn't in Hillsboro. So where did that come from? Oh, it's suggested. What would that even be from? I mean, we went to like one doctor's office up there one time 4 or 5 months ago. That's just really weird. And that's under recents. So let's look at favorites now because it says we can rearrange them. Favorites will appear here. Tap star when viewing a place on the map to favorite. Well, that's so nice of it. It got rid of all of my favorites. That's such a great improvement. I'm so excited. I'm really excited. It got rid of them. Really? Well, I had favorites. Nearby charging. I don't care about that. I don't want to see suggestions up here that have nothing to do with anything I care about. Hungry and lucky. Well, really? It got rid of all my favorites. That's just dandy. Navigate to Logan's Garden Hut. All right. So that at least worked. Let's add that as a favorite. I said let's add that as a favorite. I don't remember how to get back out of it. I guess you can't do it until you're there or something. It's got to show up in recents. Okay. That's working the way it has worked. Not always the way I want it to work, but working the way it has worked. Yeah, I mean, for example, if I wanted to navigate to Michelle's house right now over in Willow Spring, I know the name of the street she lives on, and I know 2 or 3 of the numbers in her street number, but I never can quite get the number right. And I rely on that being in the favorites so I don't have to pull over, bring up the contact list, you know, or message her and say, hey, remind me your house number again, or just not use FSD over there, or just put the street name in, and when I get to the street, take over, because obviously I know which house is hers. You know, is it a big thing? No. Is it annoying? It is. So maybe I can go put on Santa mode and put myself in a better mood. Oh, wait. I don't have any of the cool new stuff for Santa mode. I know. Don't gripe about it. Just go buy a new X and be done with it. Well, you know, if I had every indication that the new X was everything I had ever hoped it would be, don't you think I would have already ordered it? I would have, right? Donna and I would have, but I've got reservations. Not a reservation, but reservations. Gotta love the English language sometimes. Yeah, Santa mode on Ruby is just mostly lame. It is what it is. I like it when I go into park and it puts up the whole car mode thing in the Santa sleigh. I like that. That looks pretty cool. But just going down the road, it's so small, and what's there, it's just, and it's, you know, it hasn't been updated for a long time, so it's just kind of, it's just like I said, it's kind of small. So I am seeing that the speed limit signs are showing up as candy canes. A friend of mine asked me if the stop signs being candy canes was new, and I thought the answer was yes, but possibly the answer was no, it was like that before. Or they slipped that in and somehow that shows up on Ruby 2 without it being a major update to how Santa mode looks. I don't know. I don't have any snowmen, and I want snowmen. Oh, goodness. It's fine. But Tesla, please, don't let me down. I need the holiday update on Robot for Sunday, okay? If it comes on Monday after we get back from driving, we're not going to care as much. We need it for Sunday. So please, I'm asking really nicely, Santa, Tesla Santa, please bless me with the holiday update on Robot sooner than later. Thank you. Well, look, they did update the picture, so I have the tree and the Frosty the Snowman. That's nice. I appreciate that. This is my favorite part of it. Every time I go into park, I get to see the nice, bigger picture. So that's cool. Thanks, Tesla. I don't mean to be grumpy. I swear I'm not going to be grumpy anymore. So I'm here at the garden hut. As you would expect, not a lot of people. Possibly Nelsa's here because that was her truck. I think she's still doing a little bit for them, even though she's not down there on the end, even though she's not here all the time. I don't know. They took down the white fence. Remember when they took over from Nelsa, they put in this big white fence and you couldn't hardly see anything down here to kind of, I guess, give them some more security or something? Well, they've come back in and they've pulled it out. It looked uninviting for a business, so I'm glad it's gone. It is kind of a good time to buy a Japonica camellia here or a Sasanqua, either one. You know, if it gets really cold, the bloom will get killed, but then the blooms that haven't opened yet will be fine and they'll hit you up again soon. Pretty. I smell rosemary. Yeah, we've had some wind and it's being unkind to some of the plants. Some beautiful pots. I can admire them. Yeah, that one is pretty small, is 60. I mean, I realize these are nicer than some in that they should handle the frost freeze here, but yeah, I like it. That's really pretty, that blue with a little bit of two-tone. I don't need them to be solid in color, but I don't dislike them. You know, I've never met a cobalt blue pot I didn't like. But usually the sale ones are back here along the edge somewhere. I thought I'd look. Why not, right? It had black on sale at some point, and that's just not me. I guess if you had a fancy front porch with, you know, white house and black shutters or gray shutters or something, that might look attractive. So orange sticker 50% off, green sticker 75% off. And those are plastic. I wonder if the Halloween ones are on sale. Yeah, I see green on some of the jack-o'-lanterns. Oh, look, Michelle would love the skeleton guy. Well, green is 75% off. Oh, he's green and he's $50. So, does that make him $12.50? I might would buy one of them for Michelle for Christmas for $12.50 because she's sure not going to care that it's a skeleton at Christmas time. This is what I've got so far. Butterfly bush, buzz, hot raspberry. I think that's going to be $2.50. So, sorry that some of my other plant-loving friends aren't here because there's some really good deals on some very interesting perennials. Japanese anemone. Is that how you say it? Red hot poker. Some variety, quite a few varieties of sedum and dianthus. It's a lot. But I really like the little butterfly bush. I don't know what that is. That's pretty. It does appear that most of the Japanese maples are 50% off. This is Shindahoshu something. I actually don't have that one. Well, they do have some gorgeous Christmas trees here. You know, it's a good thing I'm not trying to buy a tree anymore, because mine would have to be at least this big, and that's $140 here. That's $180. I used to bring it if it wasn't, I only had an 8-foot ceiling, but if it wasn't touching the ceiling after trimming, I wasn't happy, you know. I only wanted just enough room for the angel on top, and that's it. Yeah, here's some really small coral bells. Although some of these are, you know, a little bit more purple of a color, but they're about $10 each for the smaller variety there. So I wouldn't have minded having some of the orange, but I'm good with the deal I got at Lowe's the other day. All of these are on sale too. I had this one year. I don't remember what it's called. It didn't make it into the following year though. I kind of suck at perennials. Well, some of them anyway. Called Rainbow Spurge, and the little ones would be $5 at half price, and the big ones would be $7.50 at half price. I always wanted a winter berry that would be that full of red berries. That's pretty cool. I do miss not having my huge inside plant area, but I got lots of nice outside plant area. Try to be happy for what I do have. You know, it's not really compatible with all the kitties in the house having the inside plants. I guess this is the rescue area. Prayer plant, pothos, caladiums, and some cactus and other stuff. Well, I got that. I don't know if I talked about the willow tree. I got a willow tree and a Japanese maple tree. The willow was 75% off. That's this one with the red bark. Actually, it's that one with the red bark. And then this one with the red bark's a Japanese maple. The willow was 75% off. They almost gave it to me. And the Japanese maple, they gave me at 50% off, like the rest of the maple. So it's an azalea. I hope I'm saying that's a close to correct nursery. And I think it's been in that pot here outside for like 3 years since Nelsa owned the place, and it's very root bound, which is exactly what you want for a Japanese maple. And so that was an amazing find. I think that's the last of the little maples that were here from when Nelsa owned the place. I've picked up. I have the Katsura, and now I have this one. It can be bonsai'd or it can be left to grow into a tree, and I'll worry about that later. But honest to God, I'm pretty sure it's been outside here for 3 years. If you add a supercharger as a favorite, it will not let you rename the name of it. But it is a nice indicator over here that it's a supercharger. Let's just see. How do you re-edit them? Okay, I pressed hard on it, and then you can just slide them, which I think is intuitively what you would have expected it to do. And then, of course, when you go over here, it, you know, I don't know how to get you back out of that on that screen, but if you click off, it ends it. And you could delete them there, and you can still swipe to delete them, because I accidentally deleted one I didn't want to delete. Don't do what I did. I just wanted to note that the Emperor One up here has stayed with the red leaves for weeks longer than the other trees, and it's just looked amazing. Of course, it's red all year long, but it's even better in the winter. The Oregon Sunset straight through there still has some leaves on it that are red, looking nice. Both those trees look in good shape. Don said the guy took a picture, made note of the size in the chart, said it looked fine, not to worry about it, and sent him on his way. But now it's in the chart with the picture, so if it changes in the future, they can monitor and keep an eye on it. So all good. Don made the mistake of telling the doctor the AI said I probably should get it checked out, and the doctor made a little remark about the AI. But you know, in a couple more years, it's going to have a lot more training data, and it's going to be able to tell you with much more certainty whether or not it's a problem. So I wouldn't be making fun of the AI too much. I mean, I think it can excel at, here are a million pictures of moles, and these are ones that were bad, and these are ones that weren't, and you look at my picture and tell me what it is. I think it can excel at that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I wouldn't be making fun of it too bad. I did what I could with the one battery. This time of year, it's hard to do everything I want without a second one. It's okay. It feels good to get some of it done. There were, you know, that brown sandpapery grit that's been coming down where there's black seeds in it and there's tan seeds in it, and it's just horrible grit. I mean, it's really just about worse than the pollen season. And the leaves. It's just that grit. It gets on everything. It gets in the treads of the shoes and ends up in the kitchen and on the cats. And I'm ready for it to be over because it's been 2 weeks now and I'm done. I'm done with it.
So there's 2 left turn lanes. I'm in one of them. The other one is closed because of the workmen's up there. But FSD figured it out. It didn't even try to get over in that other lane. So that's pretty impressive that it somehow recognized that this vehicle right here, something's up with that vehicle. So I'm going home and it's avoided this 55 because of red, I think. And I've just trusted the car to go some other direction. I didn't try to override it. So we're going down to the tollway. We're going to jump on the tollway and go down the tollway just a couple miles, and then we're going to get off and rejoin Highway 55. So that was a little surprising there, what that did.
This is my next Christmas build. It's big. I think it's meant to go in this box at the end. This is one of the few Lego boxes that works like a real gift box. So I think they mean for you to keep it in here in between. I'm pretty sure I heard that online. I don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to start bag 1, and that's part of the base. It looks to me like they have little rubber wheels. I looked at the instructions on the very bottom so it can't slide and go anywhere. I guess we'll find out. I was looking to see if it needed a Mills plate because it's so big to make it movable. But I guess I'm convinced nobody's doing that, and the base is plenty sturdy enough. This is bags 1 and 2, and you can use the knob on either side to work the gearing. It's a nice acrylic gearbox there. It comes with the Santa. Boy, do I have a lot of Santa's helpers in my town. It does have rubber on the bottom. See the sort of the tires. So, I mean, yes, it slides, but it's sticking pretty good with the rubber. That's the first time I've seen them do that. It's also a piece I've not seen before that has the tire attached to it. A nice little, I don't know, rubber base. Here, don't mean to bit. Rubber base for the bottom of any Lego thing you would build and not want to slide. I'm sure that will be popular. Hopefully they'll offer it in the pick a brick wall or the, online brick thing, and BrickLink sellers will carry it for people so they can buy them when they need them for projects that aren't in a box. That box is huge. But like I said, I'm pretty sure the idea is it's meant to hold the thing when it's done. So that's good. Otherwise, Dawn was going to have to make me a custom box. And we're going to have meatballs now.
Yep. Sure, right. Hey, it's self-righted. You broke the plastite.